What's up, viewers? I'm Evan Sanford, and today I am joined by Chase Glorfield and Karter Davis, and we are the Bronco Fans Roundup. And I
Yes,
still
we
haven't
are.
made a mistake yet. Right,
Close.
Karter?
I could feel it.
Every time I'm like, oh, no.
That, and that. You got it. You're fine.
All right. Well, it's the bye week, guys, and so there wasn't much Boise State to talk about except some new helmets. They did, they threw out a little bit of content for us to cover, so that's pretty awesome. And we'll talk about that here in a minute because we made some predictions on what it would look like, and we were all wildly wrong.
Yeah.
We have a mailbag, and we're really excited to get to that. We got, I think it's 8 total good questions to kind of go through. There seems to be a running theme amongst those questions, so we might be able to hit like 2 birds, 1 stone kind of deal, but should be fun. And then we'll talk about Air Force a little bit. So Chase, Karter, let's get things started. The helmet. What do you guys think?
It's unique, right? I
It
don't
is.
know if I've seen anything like that. I think it's awesome that they got like a local guy, like just to hand paint stuff. Like it's his design. It's his baby, right? And it's got to be cool for him to sit there and see the team whenever they wear them. Is Appalachian State? Is that when they're going to wear them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is for him to sit there and be like, dude, I painted those. Those are mine. Like that's going to be a really cool thing for him. I'm not terribly sold on the overall design. I like the idea. I like the idea, but I don't like I don't know. It's just from up in the screen where the camera is going to be. It's going to look like just like squiggly lines on their helmet.
Yeah, it's a helmet that I really want the miniature version on my desk.
Yeah.
Just to look at. And I really like it. It's very like detail oriented, but that's almost the problem with it. There's so many fine little details to it. How's it going to look on TV? So,
Karter, what do you think?
I don't think the TV thing really matters that much. I mean, San Diego State, people say, has the best helmet in college football, and that is more detailed. That's a whole Aztec calendar, basically. So I don't think TV really matters unless you're Michigan, where it's something really obvious. I don't even think the Bronco head we currently use is that seeable on TV unless it's a direct contrast of white and blue or something like that. So I think it's more about representing the state. They're very big on the front porch of Idaho thing. Yeah. So I love the horse. It does kind of look like the Denver Bronco horse, like the one outside of the airport.
Oh,
but I mean,
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, the Blucifer or whatever, but I think it's cool. Like, I get it. I get it. I like.
I was gonna say it does look like a harbinger of death, sort of.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. I like it. I hope they sell copies of it so people can buy them. I don't think it'll probably be in any sort of like direct rotation, but if we ever do some sort of state pride thing, or if we ever play Idaho in the late future, which seems to be a matter of when, not if.
I hate it.
Yeah, that's a whole different story, but I don't like it either, but it is what it is. But, I mean, we might wear it then. We might wear it if we ever play Idaho State or, like, some sort of, like, regional rival. Like, it could just – it's a cool thing to have. I like the design. I heard the person has done some other designs for other teams at some point, too, I think. I'm not sure on that.
And I could also see this being kind of a bit of a cash cow for them. They auction off some game-worn helmets or something.
Oh, yeah.
So could be a little bit of a financial boost for the department as well.
And so long as they don't play like the Denver Broncos, I don't know if you guys saw that, snatched defeat straight from the jaws of victory today.
Yep.
What a killer. Like Colts
some crazy games on today anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is that Derrick Henry screwed me over in fantasy. That's all I know. I don't understand how that man gets 23 rushing yards in that type of offense, but it is what it is.
Well, hey, as a Lamar fantasy owner, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Selfish football.
All right. Well, moving on. And I think now's a good time to sink our teeth into that mailbag. And no, viewers, I did not forget we have a little bit of a contest. You're going to have to wait till the end. You're going to have to listen to us talk and then see who won. So, sorry, but not sorry.
That means you have to just show that you care. You can't. And don't skip to the end because we're going to put it somewhere random.
Yeah.
Boom, there it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, Chase is our editing.
I'm ready.
guru,
I'm ready to go.
and he might put it. Who knows? He might like edit it and put it at like the 42-minute mark because you know this would be
break out my Adobe Premiere and just mess with things.
It might be like a Marvel movie where it's after the very end where you think it's over, then it's
the
not.
first end credit scene or the second. You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know. You just have to sit there and wait.
As Evan mentioned, we do have a bit of a theme, kind of two directions we went here with these mailbag questions. So let's get the first one up here. This one comes from BroncoFans.net, our great forum we are happy to be a part of. Comes from an appropriately named man or woman named Boise.
Yeah, just straight up Boise.
It was Boise.
All right.
Yeah.
How did you feel Jaden Mickey performed at nickel compared to Devon Banks? How much time you got, fella? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was night and day. Like I can't even if there were mistakes, which he did make a few mistakes. I mean, you're a secondary player. You're going to get burned probably as much as you make a play, right? But what I liked is the effort. Like he was.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do something, do it going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right. Just sticking your nose in there, and that's what I saw from Mickey, and he caused a fumble, recovered it right off the bat. His name was mentioned their drive, like 3 plays right off the bat. His name is brought up by the announcers, like in a good way, in a positive way, right?
Right.
So
everything that you said, plus I think that Jaden Mickey's just a better scheme fit. I have my feelings about the scheme, but I think that Mickey's the better fit for it. So
with the secondary is hard because it's almost like, at least in my opinion, it's almost like the offensive line of like you don't really hear about them unless they make a bad play, unless it's just Boise State and people are like, oh, I know all of our secondary players' names because they get all these interceptions. But at least here, you don't. The only reason I know these players' names is because they keep getting burnt and we keep having to figure out who's actually at fault. So I didn't really hear much about Jaden Mickey, but I think that's a good thing almost because he made that fumble. Great effort play. I thought there was a clear shift in effort from the secondary as a whole from that play and just from him being there. And also, not even really about his performance. It just showed Bronco Nation that like Danielson will make these changes. Devon Banks, it doesn't have that spot solidified. And it shows that, like, you know, these guys are held to somewhat of a standard. So I think him performing was great. I think the message it sent was great. I honestly think he's the guy the rest of the season from that game alone and from what Banks did in that game. But you could just see the difference. You could feel the difference. He was just there playing ball. He was letting it loose, which not a lot of guys were doing.
Yeah, just purely from a fundamental standpoint, he can tackle. That's huge. That's huge for a secondary that forgot how to tackle over the offseason.
May I speculate a little bit here, gentlemen?
Of course absolutely.
You can. I mentioned in the past with Ty Benefield, a big physical player who I have felt, and I've said this a few times, that it sometimes feels like he needs to make up for someone else's deficiency. I can't trust this guy to do his job, so I have to, oh crap, my guy that I was supposed to cover is getting past me now because I was trying to help make up for whatever's missing here. And I don't want to pile on Banks or anything, but I didn't see much, if any, of that against Eastern Washington. Like he was able to do his role and do his job and focus on that.
And some part of that is communication.
Sure.
Like if we're purely in like a man type of defense or man scheme or whatever, which I honestly I couldn't tell you. It's what appears to be man coverage almost exclusively across the board. Demario Warren even once said that people come to Boise State to play man. I was like, okay. But like there's a lot of communication that goes into that. You need safety help. If one guy's not doing his job, then the whole system comes crashing down. And if you can't communicate, then how can you even do your job?
Yep.
So one person is far better than the other, and that is just the oversimplification of it.
It seems to be positively affecting others.
Yeah.
So
So hopefully Devon Banks can continue to grow and become a really good contributor, whether it's on special teams or part of the rotation. Like, by no means do we want to dogpile on him, because I think everyone has dogpiled on him. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe against Air Force, he on special teams like produces a fumble or something. So that'd be great.
Absolutely. Great question. Another one from the forum, BroncoFans.net. It's from North End Zone Forever.
Oh, right. Heck yeah.
That's a great name. Do you think we will go to the portal for a high caliber quarterback this year, or just a quarterback to be serviceable? And mind is made up Madison till he graduates.
Like, so I'm going to operate under the assumption that the question is asking, is Spencer's mind made up on Madsen until he graduates? I think that's what it, yeah. Okay, so I think you don't necessarily need high caliber quarterback. I do think we need to go to the portal to get one, because you've got Madsen in there. He is was he redshirt sophomore now? No, redshirt junior.
Yeah, he's going to be a redshirt senior next year.
And then what's cut forth? Caleb Annett. Neither of those guys have much experience. You need to go out and get like a graduate, like a Jalen Henderson. Mm-hmm. Those guys aren't going to be the high caliber, super flashy transfer portal pickups, but a graduate transfer doesn't mind being a role player. Yep. That's going to be that's probably the hardest to find, because everyone wants playtime. As it stands right now, we have 2 quarterback commits, Traydon Bessinger and Jackson Taylor. And I mean, there's always like conspiracy theories about one of those quarterbacks maybe flipping to a school with a certain
school who shall not be named.
Yeah. But as of right now, that shoe hasn't dropped. So we're operating under the assumption that they're already bringing in 2 quarterbacks. So I think you need to bring in someone else who can compete, be serviceable if Maddox does get hurt. But you need to find like a maybe not necessarily the Jalen Henderson mold, like that super mobile quarterback, but like just like graduate transfer.
And it's going to be someone who complements the offense, who kind of fits in with what the offense wants to do. And so specifically in terms of a high caliber quarterback, I don't think Boise State is going to be able to do that. You had a guy come in from a JUCO who's a local kid from Eagle, Jack Benson, who left before fall camp ended because he saw there's a starter, there's other guys. Maybe I'm not kind of cut up for this. Like, you're not going to get a high caliber guy to come in and sit behind Maddox Madsen, right?
Yeah.
Not that the guys don't often bet on themselves and be like, oh, I bet I can overcome him. But you've got a guy who's been in the program for 5 years. You're going to have a hard time beating him in a competition if you're brand new in the program. But like Evan said, a JUCO transfer, a graduate assistant, someone, or graduate, not assistant, that'd be great, but a graduate, someone that can come in and kind of maybe provide some mentorship for some of the younger guys as well, and step in if needed, right?
Yeah, I think the only way you're getting a high-profile quarterback to come in, and that's even then, that's a big if, but the only way you can do that is if you have an open competition, or if something drastically goes wrong this year that we really hope does not happen. That's the only way you're going to get one.
I guess this answer for me, or this question for me, has 2 answers. It's, will we? Probably not. I mean, maybe to get a backup, but I think just in this day and age, it's going to be tough to find somebody to convince to just come sit on the bench. I don't know. I can't see it happening. I haven't seen it work. I mean, has that even happened here? Like, I think Jack Sears maybe, but I always feel like he was pushing for the position. He was never like solely like you are QB2. So
he almost had it too.
He almost had it. Yeah.
He started that Air Force game, but yeah.
So I mean, if we do go to the portal, it'll be to push Maddox and to try to get a QB1. I don't think Danielson is going to do that. I don't think they want to switch up the system. They probably want to keep Maddox because, I mean, he could get better. He'll have another off season. So, I mean, who's to say anything? But if I have a feel on this, if I could check the pulse of this coaching staff, it's all about development. It's all about loyalty. Whether or not you like that, whether you want to say it's favorites or not, maybe they could go out, but I just don't see it. if anything, it'll be a QB to be a backup, but I think that's hard to do. So I think this QB room is probably just the QB room we have next season, and then we hope the freshmen can pick it up.
Yeah. And I mean, in general, maybe the quarterback position is a little bit of a anomaly, but in general, that mentality development has kept this program from being a revolving door across the board. Like, yeah, you can talk about Taylon Green going to Arkansas. That is more of a dude just needed a
change of pace, a fresh start. Yeah.
I want to say something about Taylon Green.
Oh, go ahead.
Everybody needs to leave him in the past.
Yeah.
How much stuff I saw on X, leave it alone. It's over. He's gone. You could shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, I saw some people blaming Danielson for Taylon Green leaving. And it's like, buddy, he was barely the head coach. Taylon might have decided to leave before Avalos was even fired. Like, we were lucky to probably keep Ashton Jeanty. Like, I just don't get the people want to hold on to the Taylon Green saga. Was he great? Sometimes, yeah. Could he have been the QB that we needed this year? Maybe. Is it worth arguing with Jay Tust on X because you think you're right? Like, just let it go.
Good times.
Yeah.
I don't get
it. And then, like, last year, he was he's an amazing athlete. He's going to run exceptionally well. He, throwing the ball, it's still kind of Jekyll and Hyde a little bit.
Yeah.
Even this is his senior season, right? Still a little Jekyll and Hyde. It's just kind of,
just leave him in the past. Just move on. Like, would I like to have Taylon right now? Maybe. Yeah. I think he could probably start for us right now with how Maddox has played so far. Does that mean I'm going to go on X and just keep complaining about it to people? And no, it's over.
Yeah.
He's gone. I promise you. It's done.
And that, I mean, if we want to really dig up old wounds, we could talk about Malachi Nelson and how many interceptions has he thrown at UTEP so far this year. Have they played 3 games now? It's quite a few. So,
yeah, I watched the Utah State game. I mean, he looked decent, but then again, it's UTEP, and they still lost that game. So,
speaking of big name transfers who came to Boise State and then disappeared. Malachi.
Okay. I was like,
I was waiting for what about
for the other shoe to drop. Nope, that was it. That's all I got, boys.
I mean, I if you want to complain about a quarterback on X, complain about Malachi Nelson, because like maybe that's a more what could have been type of thing. But I mean, at the second, on the other hand, if you think Dirk Koetter is this amazing coach, Dirk Koetter is the one that made that decision.
Yep.
So, I mean, you're either saying you don't trust in Dirk Koetter and you think you know more than him that Nelson should have been the starter, or you do trust in Dirk Koetter and it just didn't work out. And that's why he's at UTEP and that's why he's struggling at UTEP. I don't want to throw dirt on a man's name, but I mean, at Boise State, it's just constantly like, what's next at the QB position? And I get why, but we can't keep thinking what's next. And then also, but that guy that we ran out of town, Bachmeier, Nelson, Taylon, whatever you want to say, that guy that left, he actually would have been better now. We wanted him gone then, but we want him here now.
He was a bum when he was here, but now that he's gone.
But it's just like the SEC. They're undefeated 1,000-0 in hypothetical matchups. all those guys, if they would have stayed, they would have been Heisman contenders. But when they were here, it didn't work out for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think the only thing I would ever want to complain about for Malachi is what is his college experience going to be like, really? 3 schools, 3 years, and somewhat like he better stick it out at UTEP. He better graduate from UTEP. Like, if he lights it up this year, if he lights it up next, just stay there. You can still you can still have an NFL possible, or not an NFL career, but like become a draft pick. Just stay in one spot and learn and grow and develop, for the love of God.
Yep.
So
what a tangent.
Right. What a tangent.
I didn't know I had that in me, but I guess
good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Another one from the forum from Buster Bronco.
Ooh, great name.
there are 11 cornerbacks on the roster since Mickey started in place of Ford, with rotating Ford to Irby's position workout.
I think you meant Banks.
I think you meant Banks.
Yeah.
So
kind of different, but nickel and corner are not the same position.
Yeah, no, you're talking about two different positions. I think Banks might have been originally been a corner.
I think he came in from Washington as a corner.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think Banks' problem is his talent. I think he's a talented player. I think it's his effort. I think it's his heart in the game. Now, is maybe the scheme. It could be a scheme thing, but I don't think Banks is more untalented than Irby or Mickey or anything like that. I mean, the kid went to Washington, came here, started playing for us almost automatically. So I don't think it's a talent thing. I think it's a heart thing. So if you move him over to Irby's position, also Irby really hasn't done anything wrong. Nathan Carroll pointed out that the play he got beat deep on was not his fault at all. But I mean, if you kick Irby out for Banks, who's to say that effort still doesn't continue?
Yeah.
I mean, he got. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say he got chewed out by Danielson. So he didn't learn second week.
I've never seen Danielson do anything like that.
I still haven't saw that video, but people went out of their way to make that comment that Danielson ripped him a new one, which goes to show he was given a chance, didn't really succeed on it. So you can keep moving him around, but you're gonna mess with the chemistry of the secondary. Like you're gonna rotten apple spoils the bunch. If you kick out the rotten apple, it might be fine. But if you keep moving it around everywhere, you're just going to spoil it faster, I feel like.
Yeah.
But not to call Banks a rotten apple. I'm sure he's a nice guy. It's just the thing that came to mind.
Yeah, we get it.
The metaphor that came to mind.
Just get rid of the grill.
For me, like, I think people who play nickel can play corner and vice versa, but they're not interchangeable positions. It's different technique. It's different reads. It's different things you're doing, especially if your cornerbacks are one-on-one out on the side, like Boise State likes to play. So it's not just a plug and play sort of situation. Like if you see Mickey jumping out to corner, it's because we've lost a few corners to injury or something during a game.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't see. It's not a simple boom, boom. Let's just kind of rotate these guys around. It's not as simple as that. So to answer the question, maybe like it depends. Like if they had like a week to prepare them, like I could see someone sliding out there that is a nickel, you know?
Yeah, it's like trying to move a center to tackle. Like, can it be done? Yeah, it can do it. It's the offensive
totally different
line.
Footwork,
but
there's
different. Everything changes just from going from center to two spots over. So I get the idea of like, oh, they're all in the secondary. They can go wherever they want. Things change from middle linebacker to outside linebacker, from X wide receiver to Y wide receiver. Like, it's just so different that we can't just plug and play these guys like that.
Yeah. I do feel like Buster might be playing a little bit too much CFB 26.
We love you, Buster. Like, we love you, Buster.
Yeah, I mean, I get the idea. I don't know the guy's like football knowledge, so and I get asking the question because I do think maybe Banks does have the experience for it. I just think it's not that simple because you're kicking out Irby. Irby hasn't done anything wrong. Where does Irby go? Like, you create more questions than you do answers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Karter, you brought up a point about like whether it's heart or talent or whatnot. Or heart, talent, scheme. I genuinely believe that this secondary has plenty of talent to be an effective secondary. I mean, in the case of Banks, there's a heart issue. In the case of Irby, I think it's a scheme issue. So many times he gets burnt, whether it's his fault or not. We end up yelling that name anyway. But someone doesn't do their job, and I think that's a skill issue. I refuse to believe that guys who've been in a system for how many years, going on year 2 for Irby, year 3 for Benefield, and so on and so forth. I refuse to believe that these guys aren't learning and growing, but the same mistakes continue to be made. So I feel that there's a scheme issue. So you can move Banks around. Buster, I hope that you didn't take my joke too seriously. I was making a position changes reference to CFP 26. But that being said, you can move these guys around, but the scheme is that challenging for them to actually execute, you're going to have the same problem, but potentially that problem could magnify with a guy who's out of position now. I just don't think you could move him. I think you keep him in the rotation somehow, or he's a backup in case someone gets hurt, and contributor on special teams.
Yeah.
So
I don't have anything to add, but like the point, maybe there are other cornerbacks on the roster. Maybe a little bit more of a rotation. I don't know. Maybe we can try some things out and see. But you're right. To your point, it's not necessarily a talent issue. It appears to be a scheme issue. So regardless of who's out there, those issues may continue to exist.
Yeah. And sidebar, I'd love to see more Travis Anderson. He looked good.
He did. He's got a thick neck.
Leighton Vander Esch neck.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he's not a safety. Oh, no. Looks like we lost Karter for a moment.
He said he's coming back, though. He'll be back. Let's forge on ahead.
Okay. Is he frozen on your screen? This is excellent.
He is. Oh, he's gone now. He'll come back. Okay, we have another one from the forum. Cerbers 4.
Which, sidebar, Cerbers 4 was one of the people who joined us for our live stream, I believe. So shout out to you. Thank you for being awesome.
He's a repeat offender. I love it. I think Carter's coming back. There he is.
That was weird.
It was frozen with an excellent shot of you.
Of the side of your head. It was great.
Oh, my bad. That's embarrassing.
No worries.
Anyway.
All right, so Cerbers 4 says it seems that special teams will remain a weakness again. Are there any indication that SD has any plans to fix this, or are there other bigger fish to fry?
Okay, first off, it's not special teams. It is just teams, it. They are teams, and they have to earn the moniker. If they can make 3 field goals in a row, they become significant teams. But they have to earn special.
Yeah. I don't know. The two things that keep coming up are the cornerback, or like the secondary situation, and special and teams.
And teams.
Okay.
See, it's a mixed bag for me, because on the surface, I kind of get why there could be struggles, because Jonah Dalmas is gone. We lost Reynolds to Oregon.
Yep.
Like, I get.
Then a guy we had left fall camp. Like.
Yeah. Like I get it. I get it. But also, it's not the star players of the teams. It's the scheme. It's the execution of it, which falls on the coaching, which falls on Stacey Collins. And so it's just this weird blend of like, okay, we could blame it on the players, or we could fire Stacey Collins, but do we want to fire Stacey Collins? Because I still think he's an amazing coach. I don't know where the miscommunication is coming from, why it's not translating. I haven't seen any indication of Danielson making changes. I don't think he should. I think firing a coach mid-season is just only when it has to happen, when there is no other alternative. So whether we like it or not, Stacey Collins is here to the end of the season.
Yeah.
And Stacey Collins is probably the least of the problems on the coaching staff.
So yeah, there are bigger fish to fry. And to your point, Karter, and to kind of answer this question as well, in my mind, Danielson has done a great job of not micromanaging things. I think Harsin got involved a little bit too much with this, and Andy Avalos definitely did this too much. When they start trying to micromanage and put their fingers and hands in everyone else's jobs and what they're hired to do, it creates a lot of problems. So Danielson, like, I want to be the head coach. I want to let you do your job. But at what point is like, okay, maybe I do need to start meddling a little bit. So it's a hard balance to try and find for him, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And to Carter's point, once he starts meddling with things, then it's just a matter of time before things get even worse, right?
Yeah. No, I think. I mean, there's no, like, we're not going to get any indication on the plans to fix anything. We're just going to see it in the game. They mention they give a lot of coach speak in interviews. They mention things like taking accountability and all that good stuff and effort. But one thing I would like to point out, though, is that kick returns in general have been better. There's a few times where I wish they would just either fair catch or not return it. But other than that, returns have been better. And then kickoffs themselves, coverage has been better.
Punting's been good.
Yeah, the punter we got, I think, has replaced Reynolds.
Yeah. And they're just kicking it out the back of the end zone.
Nailing pylons in the back of the end zone. And it's not like Danielson and the assistant coaches are sitting there going, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They're actively working on things, right? So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah. So is there probably like an active like kicker competition? Probably, because
100%, yes.
Yeah, nothing has been really settled. Has Boomer made a field goal yet?
I don't know.
Did he get one? I think he made. Did he made some extra?
I think he made
points?
one.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Now.
Yeah, I don't know what the stats are. But then that other guy, who I'm blanking on his name,
Kanan Moore.
Thank you.
Nope, he Boomer is 0 for 1 this year.
Yeah.
And 3 for 4 on extra points.
So sidebar, completely unrelated. Both of you guys are rocking some awesome Bronco gear right now. Like Karter, you've got the new home field T-shirt, and then Chase, is that a long sleeve?
No, this is a short sleeve.
Ooh, I do like the nice little logo.
I probably can't show you. It's got like on the back. It's got like a bunch of Boise State related things. Like there's the stadium.
I thought you were going to tell us it was a crop top.
Nope. Top. And there's the white church and like Friendship Bridge and the Boise River float. Like there's a bunch of stuff kind of pictured on the back.
Is that an embroidered logo or is that screen printed?
It's screen printed.
Okay. Well, still looks good.
Yeah.
Like I say, you guys are right. I've got like my Mariners played today. They won 9 straight, so I'm rocking the Mariners a little bit. Cal Raleigh 54th home run, but anyways, big dumper, tied Mickey Mantle, most single season home runs by a switch hitter. Gotta love it.
All right,
this is a football podcast, by the way.
Yeah, I don't care about baseball.
BSU fan from Alabama, I assume. AL.
Oh man.
All right.
Do you get
SD must know his success or failure is tied to his assistants. Will he make the necessary changes to fix the secondary and special teams? So kind of similar questions to what we've. In fact, the next 2 are kind of similar. Next 3 are kind of similar to things.
Yeah, I think there's one coach, Demario. I'll just say, no use beating around the bush. Most of this fan base wants to see Demario Warren gone. Whether or not, I just don't know who is responsible for the coverages, for the scheme. Did we lose you, Chase?
No, I was yelling at my daughter.
Oh, okay. Yes. Perfect. Excellent. I don't know who's responsible for the secondary struggles, whether that's Chinander, whether that's Warren, whether that's Danielson himself. I genuinely don't know, but I think if the struggles continue, like there's got to be at least one head has to roll, you'd think. So
yeah. I mean, I if there is a coach that's going to get let go, it's going to be Warren. Whether or not how likely that is, or if he's going to do it, I don't know. But I'm sure Danielson is aware that the secondary has been a problem for a while. And I'm sure he's seeing the inner workings and that it's not working. So I hope if the secondary does a turnaround that he does do it, because it'll show that he is able to make those changes within the coaching staff itself. But also, we just have to remember this is his second season as a full-time head coach. Like, he's figuring this stuff out. So it might take him a little bit longer to make these changes than a more seasoned veteran head coach. So Boise State still has to go through some growing pains when it comes to Danielson and him learning how to become a head coach.
Mm-hmm. And I heard this, this was going on like a year plus ago. I can't remember. But one of the main issues with hiring Danielson as the head coach is who does he know? Who can he bring on as an assistant?
Well, Dirk Cutter was a great step.
That was great,
But like, who does he know? Who like that he can recruit and say, "Hey, come be my coach." Ultimately, like that pool is not very large, and that was one of the big kind of question marks around his hire. It's like, okay, who's he going to go get? And so for Danielson, having continuity has been probably the most important thing, because that list of people that he could potentially bring in, not so, I mean, getting larger every year and with more success, but when he got hired, not so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna get rid of this and come to this one because it's from Daniel Simon 4015 from YouTube, and it's similar, right? Like, how much special do we have to tolerate until Danielson has a hard conversation with the staff?
Again, it's teams.
Trust me, there have been conversations had.
Absolutely.
Okay? Any good leader has continuous conversations about what's happening. If stuff gets ignored and then suddenly, well, you're not cutting it, you're out of here. That's poor leadership, right?
Exactly.
I know Danielson is talking to each of his assistants, those coordinators, and saying, what do you think? How are you feeling about things? Here's what I'm feeling. Here's what I'm seeing. What can we do?
Yeah. And
even if they're doing well, what can we do to keep improving, right?
Yes. And if the definition of hard conversation is firing them, because that's how I read it originally, a lot. Because how long has this secondary stuff been going on? Past 3-4 years, I think. Yeah. And I know that was Avalos into Danielson type of thing, but probably a lot. It'll probably take this whole season and probably next season before we see Stacey Collins fired, because Danielson just doesn't have the experience to it. And I genuinely think Stacey Collins is a good coach.
I think Collins, of all people, he gets a mulligan. His reputation alone earns him a mulligan.
Yep.
Exactly.
There's the other coach that we were just talking about, Demario Warren, maybe has on a shorter leash.
That guy's out of mulligans. So if it keeps going, we'll have this conversation at the end of next season. If Collins is still around.
Well, now, and another point, sorry, Evan, is we don't.
Go ahead.
We are not involved in the day-to-day process of anything with this team. We see a result on Saturday, and then we get to nitpick from the outside and criticize and say a bunch of stuff. We don't know what's happening in practice, what those conversations between head coach and assistants and coordinators are. We don't know, hey, we're so close. Maybe that's the conversation. Maybe just we don't know. So I do know those conversations are being had, but what's being said and what's being discussed, I don't have any idea.
And once more, I'd like to point out the good with our teams is that the punting is great. Coverage seems to be much better. I mean, it's college, so you're still going to give up some, returns here and there. But in general, it's far better than it was last year. So that at least has improved. The fact that we can't kick a field goal to save our life is another thing entirely, but an open kicking competition. Boomer was hurt during fall camp, so there's just a continued competition, and we'll see if it Kanan Moore, Colton Boomer, or maybe they go get someone from the soccer team.
So Kanan Moore is 1 for 2, so Boise State is 1 for 3 from field goals this season.
Tough.
Hey, could be a chance for some history. The women's soccer team is actually quite successful at Boise State. They're coming off the Mountain West Conference Championship. Go get one of those gals with a big leg.
Yeah,
boom, some kicks.
Oh, also, my thing is that I just think any fan base is too quick to call for people's heads. Like with Avalos, it was obvious because things were going wrong fast, but. And besides Warren, because it's just been 3 years of trash, you just can't expect Collins to be fired. And then who's going to fill that gap?
Yeah.
Nobody on that staff, I think, is more experienced than Collins. Now that Karter is gone, I don't think anybody on that staff is as experienced as him. So you're just going to fire him and think all of a sudden things are just going to get better?
Collins does have a history of success.
He does. Yeah. And so I know the idea of get rid of him, try to fix it, but
it's got to get to the point where not having you is better than having you.
Exactly.
That's a far fall, right?
The special teams
but also
is not worse or the teams is not bad enough that we need to get rid of him.
Good catch, Karter. But I guess last point is that Stacey Collins was here during Avalos' first year, and special teams were pretty good. I was at that BYU game where special teams forced at least one fumble that set us up at within the red zone at some point. I was in Provo for that game. and I think I just called them special teams. They were special in that game.
They were.
But that was a Stacy Collins group.
Then he got hired away by Penn State. He's a successful coach. He's a great coach.
He has had success here at Boise State. This year, he has to get a mulligan for this year because at least the coverages have improved. He doesn't kick the footballs. Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Leaving you with that image in your head now. Okay. Here's the next one. Another from Buster Bronco. Another defensive back end has been questionable. I guess the thing that comes up is what other options does Chinander and Spencer Danielson have? What other options do they have?
I'm taking this as he's asking about the depth.
Or whatever the issue is with the secondary. What other options are there?
Like scheme or?
I interpreted it as scheme. Maybe you see something different. To me, Chenander's defense is his philosophy is all about getting pressure on the quarterback, getting it quickly, so that your secondary isn't as vulnerable. And there have been times when that's happened. There's been other times when things are blocked up well and guys are getting open downfield. To me, it's kind of a, for lack of a better phrase, like he kind of rolls the dice a little bit. Let's see if we can get to that quarterback back there, and that's the scheme. That's the scheme. That's the philosophy. Chenander. He wants to be aggressive and let the chips lay wherever they are.
A little bit of a riverboat gambler.
Yeah,
but last year it was. I'd say they were successful in covering up the warts last year. Can they do it again?
Like with a retooled defensive line, yeah.
That defensive line would you say that that's better so far than last year?
I think team wise, it's better. It's at least more productive overall.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure overall talent better, but like they look solid so far.
Yeah, linebackers look solid. They're not so great in pass coverage, but
D lines looked great.
With
a lot of guys rotating in and out, which is awesome. So
yeah. So what options do they have?
I mean, looking at the depth chart right now, we have all depth cornerbacks that I'm seeing. It's Franklin Johnson Jr., a sophomore, Demetrius Freeney, the junior, and Sherrod Smith, a sophomore. So you're talking about replacing a senior with some guys that haven't seen the field before. And I beg people to go watch the Nathan Carroll video where he explains Irby getting beat deep was not his fault. I'm not saying he was a lockdown corner, but the biggest play at USF where he got burnt is not on him at all. So it's just like there's nowhere to go. No, I can say for a fact, because I just know this to be true in my heart, any cornerback that is behind Jeremiah Irby is not to the same talent level right now than Irby is. I think he's probably maybe our second best cornerback behind McCoy. So I don't think you can replace him.
Yeah.
Across the whole secondary, I think the only backup that I saw who played really well last week, and this is across the whole secondary, is Travis Anderson, because Freeney we saw got beat a couple times. He did make a few good tackles, so that was nice. Franklin Johnson, I didn't notice his name get called a whole lot, so that's normally a good thing. And he's a developing youngster, so that's awesome. But yeah, Karter, I think you're completely right.
I think in the words of Dennis Green, they are who we thought they were. Right, this is just who they're going to be right now.
Yep.
So we have one more question. This is an interesting one from Rebecca Chris K4872.
Okay.
If you could have any special guests on the podcast, who would you want?
The Etsy Witch.
Yes, Evan. This is an interesting one. Like, I would love to go like some like. Can we just say Kellen Moore? Is that like an obvious one? Right? The patron saint of passing touchdowns.
Really quick before we I just thought of this. It's a plug for one of our old videos because we did actually get Reese Odiambo. He was a special guest way back. when we first got started on this podcast, that he talks about his NFL journey, like the whole draft process, everything, his time with the Seahawks, and then I think he bounced around. I think he mentioned Arizona for a little bit, or was it Indianapolis? Anyways,
for the Seahawks for a few years.
He got drafted by the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Reese is an awesome guy. He was in my cohort in the kinesiology department. That's honestly how we were able to get him. I just messaged. I was like, "Hey, you want to come on?" And he did. But go watch that video. It's really cool little segment, and he tells us about kind of that inside process of the NFL draft and his experience. So,
a lot of cool nuggets and valuable pieces in that one for sure.
And you can see we're both pretty. That was the first interview, and we're kind of green, new to the podcasting world. So give us a little grace there, but
we're a little bit less green now.
Yeah,
a little bit.
So
I've changed my mind. Can I answer this question?
Yeah.
Jerron Johnson.
Oh,
I saw him kill a man during a game once live. The Idaho State quarterback. I don't know if you remember that one. Idaho State quarterback, keeper, looks downfield, takes it down the edge, and Jerron Johnson would have been ejected in today's game, but he straight murdered that kid.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
See, I always think that the people who have the most to say are on either line.
Yeah,
like that's the backbone of.
They're the cerebral
defense.
ones on the team, right?
A part of me wants Ryan Clady.
Mm.
I want to hear. Part of me wants to go back and talk to Ezra Cleveland, or some of the big time Boise State left tackles, John Ojukwu.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of really good Boise State offensive linemen, and we are a very offensive line friendly podcast.
Yeah,
very much so.
So there's a part I want to talk. I'm not sure if I want to talk to a center because they're the ones who are I don't know. They have to call out coverages and different things. They have to be, according to Karter, the smartest lineman.
Yes,
not
sir.
so sure about that. But
That's 100% true.
The NFL Wonderlic test confirms that theory. Offensive linemen are the smartest ones on the field. So.
There you go.
Yeah, eat that, Evan.
Yeah, so for right now, I think I might go Ryan Clady, but I think I just want to talk to a more modern offensive line, or not modern, more recent offensive lineman. I'm just trying to decide who. So, Karter, I might send this to you while I think of someone.
I'm surprised no one said Coach Pete.
That
you guys have been talking about. What do you mean? He's the greatest head coach in Boise State history. That man probably has more stories in his mind than us three combined. I would love to pick his brain about what it was like going to Virginia Tech, what it was like going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to play Georgia. Why did he decide to leave Boise State?
The life wisdom nuggets from that man on how to
the reason I say is because he's gone on so many I feel like all the nuggets have been pulled. He's gone on so many shows.
That man's forgot more about football than I'll ever know.
I want to know what job offers did you turn down to stay at Boise State? Why did you decide to leave for Washington?
Dish the dirt.
Did you ever decide did you ever think you wanted to come back to Boise State? Well, I'm sure I could think of a million questions.
He did say leaving Boise State was more a little bit there's some burnout. It was time. It was time for him to try something different. And then he encountered the same things in Washington that he was having in Boise, which is nothing to do with either program. It's just he was ready to be.
And I think he kind of straddled the different eras. He kind of got in on the beginning of that NIL era where the transfer portal and stuff. And he's like, dude, this is not the game that I want to coach,
couldn't do it. And then it also, with Washington specifically, it had to be the right fit. He needs to be able to go to a program that he can build, grow, coach his own way.
His way, yeah.
And that athletic department wasn't going to be super. Chase, what's the micromanaging? Thank you.
Micromanaging, yes.
I just had to look at you.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, but I think Coach Pete. I definitely think
awesome.
Questions from Boise State fans, not media pundits that try to dance. I want to know reasons behind stuff, like what you
get away
felt,
from
like,
the coach speak and just answer some true.
Just answer some questions. But I mean, if we're going players, I think maybe thinking like maybe Jared Zabransky, Ian Johnson, like those guys that like built up what is now known, I think, is like the modern Boise State. Like there was like Dirk Cutter and all those guys in the 90s, but like Jared Zabransky and like Ian Johnson were the guys that I looked up to in my generation, like the Gen Z, late millennial sort of thing. So I want to like pick their brain of like, how did you feel about carrying over the tradition of like they basically set a new foundation. Like there was that success, but then they concreted it with the Fiesta Bowl and winning the WAC how many times they did. So
Took
I think
it to
picking
that next level.
Picking their brain, I think, would be fun too.
So I think I have 3 names. So I would want 2 or 3 years from now, I would want to bring back Cage Casey when he's in the NFL and talk to him. Because I think there'd be so much about what's going on now, what happened, like just that recency bias. I'd love to talk to Ryan Clady. But then there's another person, like not offensive line, someone who I feel has lived the most interesting post-Boise State life. That's Jalen Henderson. And he has played in football in how many countries? Like, talk about stories and little nuggets you can get. I do feel, I mean, you guys make really good points about Chris Peterson. Maybe I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon or stick in the mud. But, like, talk about, like, how many stories does Jalen have about being a literal globetrotter playing football? Like, he's on the Paris whatevers right now and playing football in France.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to hear about that.
Fun.
Like just traveling the world, his experiences, having to maybe communicate with several players who speak multiple different languages. Like, what's that even like? Going from culture to culture.
That would be a cool story.
Like being from, I think we got him from UTSA, but I don't know if he's originally from Texas, but you go Texas, Idaho. He played football in Japan. And then how many European countries now? Like
he was in Germany for a while.
Yeah. Jalen Henderson might actually be my top pick because of the sheer life experience.
All right, you've convinced me.
Like
that is a good answer.
Yeah. I think Jalen Henderson's my answer. So
all right, we're doing it right now. You guys ready?
Oh,
yep. Can you guys see this? It's kind of hard to see. This is called the Wheel of Names. I use it in my classroom all the time.
Nice.
And it's got everyone on there who made a comment. I'm about to spin it. It's kind of hard to see because of the camera situation. This is going to be the winner of our Ashton Jeanty T-shirt. Ready? It's spinning. I don't know if we'll be able to see. Stay yellow. Daniel Simon 4015.
Yay!
All right. So let's see.
He was on.
There's 2 of them though.
No, there's only one.
I have 2.
Wait, we're giving away 2 of them?
No, let's save this. Let's save it for another mailbag.
Okay. All right.
So this guy, Daniel, so he was on YouTube. So Daniel, we'll try to reach out to you on YouTube if you're watching this, which you should be. Reach out to us, and we'll hook you up, man. We want to get your info, and we'll hook you up.
What do you guys think should be the cutoff?
I don't know. We'll give him a couple weeks. We'll reach out to him and see what we can do.
Yeah, give him some time. Try and get that to him.
Give him some time. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. We'll just real quick. And by the way, thank you for your questions. That was actually really fun.
That was great.
Great tangent. We look forward to doing this again. There's another bye week in, I forget when, but
we'll do it again.
We'll do another mailbag.
We'll do it again.
But we're playing Air Force, and we are a 4-point favorite against Air Force. And to me, that feels right because Boise State has not proven a dang thing. They have come out week 1 and looked horrifically. They looked like a shell of Boise State football. And then they come back against Eastern and belt to you-know-what. which they should. They show a lot more effort, but again, it's a FCS program, and an FCS program that is not quite what it used to be. So we know nothing about Boise State. They have an excellent opportunity now to reestablish themselves as the Broncos. University of South Florida helped us out and by losing to Miami. Notre Dame is looking vulnerable. So opportunities are abound if Boise State wants to live up to their goals and live up to their standard. But to that same end, the bye week did not do anything good for this fan base psychologically.
Yeah.
There's still continuing to be Twitter wars, and this team.
And there were questions asked at South Florida, but I don't think we probably got answers for against Eastern Washington because of level of opponent, right?
Yeah,
and I remember saying that I think after the USF game or after the Eastern Washington game, or I might have tweeted it. I said it somewhere of like, this Eastern Washington game isn't going to do anything for us, because if we show good signs, it's an FCS team. If we show bad signs, it's like, oh, this coaching staff is terrible.
Oh, we're terrible. Yeah.
And then we have to go through a bye week. And so like this Air Force game, I do think 4 is pretty low. I mean, Air Force looked awful against Utah State. At least their defense did. I think people are still overreacting to that USF game a little bit. I would bet this goes to a plus or a -7 or more for Boise State by the time Saturday hits. But yeah, I mean, really we'll get answers about the team this game, because then we have App State, which it won't be a walk in the park, and then obviously Notre Dame. Yeah. But I think probably -7 or more is where this ends up at the end of the day.
Either way, it'll be a quick game, which college football is notoriously not.
Air Force will burn 19 minutes off the clock on one drive. So
exactly,
efficiency is the name of the game. I think in my schedule prediction, I put this game as like a little bit low scoring, like where the game is not as close as it appears because there are fewer possessions in it.
Bro, Utah State dropped 49 on them.
True.
But with how one-dimensional we have been, are we capable of doing that?
Well, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I think we could drop a 50 burger on them.
I think we could.
Personally, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. My liver would probably love that too.
So what do you guys want to see? What's our one? Is that what we want to do here? What's our one thing we want to see from the team? I'll start. Can I start? Is that all right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want Maddox to cook.
Yeah.
Him and the receivers. Air Force's secondary is young and inexperienced. When you have Evan Sabota dropping 49 points on you from Utah State, a good quarterback should be able to carve up the secondary. Yeah. Right. So I want to see Maddox throw the ball to 18 different people on the offense and just run up and down the field with that ball flying through the air.
Honestly, I agree. Because I'm sorry.
Oh no, yeah. I think you and I were about to say the exact same thing, but I think for the first time ever, we might have a consensus. I was just gonna make a little quip about we found our Thomas Spurbeck, we found our Titus Young. Give me an Austin Pettis.
Yep.
That's all I really want to see out of the wide receiver room. We know the running backs, offensive line is going to do their job. We want the secondary to play assignment football, be disciplined, not get beat on the play action. I think they're capable of it. The only pass that Air Force has completed was to Utah State. So let's just see. So Karter, sorry, I think I cut you off too.
But I'm just going to say the same thing. I don't think our secondary at least should be tested. I mean, like you said, they barely, I don't think really threw the ball at all unless it was an interception. So
they had 179 passing yards. Air Force did.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they were like 0 for whatever in the first half or something.
Exactly. So
great.
I just think if this. I don't want to put it on the secondary of I want to see how they play, because it just won't be a challenge. I feel like if Air Force is throwing the ball on us, there's a lot more other problems going on.
Yeah.
So I think I agree with you of I want to see Maddox and the offense continue how they played against Eastern Washington and show that Chris Marshall is the guy that we thought he was. Maddox can lead this team in more than just a game manager sort of role.
Yeah. So if you were cool enough to tune into our live stream against Eastern Washington, then you heard me say I want to see a defensive back go up and get a 50-50 ball, go up and make an interception and make a play, make it happen. Like one of those play action passes, it would just give me the warm fuzzies if one of our DBs like just ripped it away. Like go up, make a play on a future drone pilot. Like
absolutely.
You can't say future accountant.
Nope.
Excuse me. So give me a 50-50 ball. It's not necessary to make me feel good about this game, but just a little cherry on top. That's what I want to see. So, all right. Well, I think that brings us to the end. So please leave your comments. We love to hear from you guys. We really thrive off of the engagement. Otherwise, we feel kind of lonely. Please type in the comments and on the forum. But for now, for now, we are the Bronco Fans Roundup. Come join us at our live stream next week, halftime during the Air Force game. And good night and go Broncos.